Nicole recently started university, and like many students, she had to move into a dorm. She was assigned to the last room at the end of a long hallway on the top floor. When she walked in, the room looked pretty ordinary. 2 beds, one by the window and the other by the door. She chose the bed by the window, unpacked her things, and started getting used to her new life. The next day, another girl moved in with her, Lana. She came in quietly, quickly unpacked her things, and didn't say a word. Nicole thought that Lana was just very shy, so she didn't bother her with conversations. But something was off on the very first night. Lana was whispering to herself some strange words, and when Nicole woke up in the morning, she noticed that her roommate looked pale and exhausted, as if she hadn't slept all night. Every night, the same thing happened. Lana was whispering something in the dark, getting out of bed and walking around the room. Nicole tried to ignore it, but after a few days, she found that it became absolutely unbearable. One night, in the middle of the night, Nicole woke up to find Lana loudly repeating the same phrase. "I want her to stay with me." Nicole, terrified, pulled the blanket over her and held her breath. Everything went silent. But suddenly, someone grabbed her arm sharply through the blanket and whispered right in her ear, "I want you to stay." The next day, Nicole told the curators that Lana was acting strangely, but they replied in surprise that she was fine. Nicole could no longer take it and decided to move back home for a while to get away from this nightmare. A few weeks passed, and Nicole, remembering that she had left her things in the dorm, decided to go back to get them. When she entered the room, her heart stopped. Lana was nowhere to be found. Nicole decided to ask the receptionist where her roommate was, but she replied, "No one like that has ever lived here." A lump in her throat made it hard to speak, but Nicole returned to the room, hoping that it was all just a misunderstanding. When she opened the door, it felt like time had stopped. The room she lived in looked completely abandoned. The bed she had slept in was broken. The wardrobes were smashed, and the mirrors on the walls were cracked. Strange and mysterious writings were truly visible all over the room, as if left by someone in a panic. But in the middle of all this horror, her belongings lay there, just as she had indeed left them exactly a few weeks ago. Nicole slowly walked inside, and at that moment she felt a cold breath behind her. She turned around and saw in the cracked mirror the horrifyingly smiling face of Lana, who whispered,